Imagine this. It's a freezing winter morning. The air bites at your face. But wait, you're not worried about the cold. No, you're scrambling to grab a mask. Why? Because the government says it's for your own good. Déjà vu, anyone? That's right, folks. If you thought the madness of mask mandates and COVID-era restrictions was behind us, think again. Hospitals across the UK are already reintroducing COVID-style measures. Visitors, healthy ones mind you, are now being told to slap on those little face masks again. And winter flu season hasn't even peaked yet. Now you might be thinking, wait a second, didn't we move past this? Didn't we agree these measures were extreme? Well, apparently not, and with Labour's Keir Starmer at the helm, someone who argued for stricter, longer lockdowns during COVID, we could be heading straight back into the same rabbit hole. But here's the kicker. It's not just about flu or masks. Let me ask you this. What happens when governments start bringing back restrictions in the name of your safety? How far will they go? Masks today, the rule of 6 tomorrow, mandatory vaccines next week. You heard it here first. Remember those days when some folks even wore masks in bed? Talk about killing the vibe. But here's the harsh reality no one wants to talk about. This isn't just about masks or flu. The real crisis? It's in our hospitals. Since the year 2000, our population has ballooned by around 10 million people, and yet, the number of hospital beds? Halved. Let that sink in. We have fewer beds per 1,000 people than Germany, by a long shot. Their hospitals? Nearly 8 beds per 1,000 people. Ours? Barely over 2. This isn't a flu problem. It's a public service problem. Our incredible doctors and nurses are working miracles under impossible conditions. But instead of fixing the root of the problem, underfunded hospitals, overstretched services, politicians find it easier to scream, "Put on a mask." It's like putting a plaster on a broken leg and calling it a solution. And who's leading this charge? Keir Starmer. The same guy who called any relaxation of COVID rules reckless. The same guy who championed longer, harsher restrictions. This is the guy who wants you to believe that reintroducing freedom-crushing measures is somehow in your best interest. But let's not fall for the distraction. Masks won't fix a broken healthcare system. Restrictions won't solve the overcrowding in hospitals. And guess what? They won't make up for years of mass immigration without the infrastructure to support it. So here's my question to you. Are we really going to let this happen again? Are we going to sit back while politicians bring back the same tired measures instead of tackling the real issues? Keir Starmer. Restrictions, masks, and the real crisis. They're hiding. Stay informed, stay free.